Okay, good morning, everybody. We're in class 5 of 5 today, and this is all ACA marketing that's going on right now. I do have a little bit of news to share. Let me get my little, okay, I don't have I should have it. Hold on here. Let me find the notice. Okay, one thing you all should know. Let's see here. I'm pulling it up. Come on, baby. Where are you? Okay, CMS, new rules, guys. We all got to deal with this. It does not affect us at all. Okay. Oh, here we go. I did find it. All right. Come on. Where's the whole thing? Okay, I'm going to share my screen right now. Trying to get people admitted. What a pain. Come on, where are you? There you are. Okay. Okay, guys, take a look at this email that I received. Okay, so doesn't affect us at all. We're going to survive. We're doing business as usual. But if you read this notice, they're now requiring socials to be submitted on the app. I'm like, hell yeah. People need to quit entering. You know, it kind of eliminates the riffraff and those people that are just submitting apps just to get credit for a couple of months. Okay, so as you go through your application, what you're going to see is it's going to come into the client section where you've got to enter the social for the primary, number one, whether the primary is going to be insured or not. Sometimes you can put mom, dad, or let's just say you're doing mom and dad, okay, or two people, husband, wife. Husband has Medicare, okay, wife does not. So you're going to put, there's a spouse in the house, so you're going to put the wife on ACA. You now have to at least put the primary social because that person is primary, even though you're not insuring it. It can happen with mom and dad, maybe mom, dad, and 2 kids. The dad maybe has employer coverage. The employer coverage is deemed too expensive for the spouse and the kids. So you put the spouse and the kids, you still got to put dad social. For us, I'm like, I always put the socials for everybody. It doesn't even change our course of doing business. So know that you have to put the socials. Now, anybody who is applying for coverage, you're going to need the socials, as well as kids, as well as anybody whose income you're going to be using on the application. Pretty much, what the hell does that mean for us? Nothing. Business as usual. This is what the screen is going to look like. You're going to enter the social. If they don't have a social, there are some people who legitimately don't have a social yet, and we're going to roll with that. Okay, people that are new immigrants, so they just got a green card. Well, it's going to take them a little while to get that social. No biggie. Okay, the other one is a newborn baby. Okay, you can add a baby as soon as they're born without the social. Eventually, you get the social, then you update. Hey, no big deal. That is just kind of the norm. Okay. Now, if you don't enter a social, you're going to have to attest that they've never been issued a social. And I'm really, really hoping that CMS does take some enforcement action against these agents. Hey, I don't know about you guys, but I'm kind of like, that's going to truly eliminate the riffraff. And I think you guys know what I mean there. Any questions or comments on that? Okay. Yeah, good thing. I'm with you, Gary, Alejandro. Yeah, it's going to eliminate the not the cheaters, but I guess the people taking the shortcuts. You know, just trying to get it in. Hey, don't worry about entering the social. Kick the can 3 more months. When it cancels, just rewrite them again. I'm like, God, how does somebody operate like that? Anyway, it is what it is. Okay, perfect. So that's the big news. Also, do not forget, guys, we have the Medicaid and CHIP unwinding. Okay, you guys have really got to get pumped up for that. Okay, you got to get out there and you have to start advertising. Get your names out there for this. 15 million people across the country with in the next calendar year, or not calendar year, the year, 12 months from now, between now, it already started April the 1st, and it will go for another 12 months. People are going to be losing Medicaid and CHIP. Now, this is what I am banking on. Okay. I got my fingers crossed. These people for the past 2 or 3 years have forgotten how to apply, and they're not going to apply. I'm like, don't apply. We'll take care of it. Okay. All right. So I'm banking on that. Number 2 is these people don't qualify for Medicaid or CHIP anymore. Their incomes have gone up. COVID's not affecting them income-wise anymore. So they don't qualify for CHIP or Medicaid. Hey, we want those people. Those are prime ACA candidates. So, you know, your marketing needs to be on that focus. Okay. So get out there. It's a great thing. Yes, Beatrice, I completely agree with you. It's a bad thing for them. It's a good thing for us ACA agents. Okay. So, hey, let's rock and roll and take advantage of it. Okay. Let's get into marketing. Shauna's going to join us here. I wanted to do a Q&A on Facebook advertising. She'll talk a little bit about her course and then talk about advertising, but we know that costs money, guys. I'm going to share with you 3 things marketing wise that does not cost you any money. Okay. Now it will cost you. Okay. It's going to cost you some time and it's going to cost you some effort, but it will not cost you money. And I'm pulling this up right now. The first one, and this one is, I think it's so easy. All right, I'm pulling it up here. Hold on here. I don't know why they make this thing so small. Hold on. Page 2. Oh, come on. Okay. God. Man. Oh, here we go. Found it. Jeez, go small. Maybe it's my computer screen. Or maybe I need thicker glasses. We're going to go with the computer screen. Okay. All right. Okay, Alejandro, beautiful. Man, you kind of beat me to the punch. In fact, that wasn't even in my punch, but I'm going to throw it out there. Hey, guys, take advantage of swap meets, farmers markets. Those are free. Those aren't free. You have to set up a booth. You got to get a little tent, table, do a little work on there. But Aaron, I know, is out there all the time. I'm now seeing pictures of Alejandro out there. And you never know what that's going to materialize into. So don't be afraid to get out of your comfort zone and out of your house. All right. The one that I'm going to share that you can do from your house, and I'm going to put this video on here. Okay. Networking with doctors. All right. Let me tell you this, guys. You go to a doctor's office and you walk in the door, other than your primary doc, you're probably not going to get past the gatekeeper. Okay. That front office girl ain't going to happen. Okay. You guys know who you're competing against. Who do you think that is? Somebody type it away. Who's your competition besides the patients? Who's your competition? And these are very beautiful people. I've never seen an ugly. Exactly. Pharma. Okay. These people hire freaking models. I don't know what it is, but man, they hire very beautiful and women and handsome men to be their pharmaceutical reps. Okay. Those guys can get through the front door. Everybody else is going to have a tough time. So I would suggest, hey, don't knock yourself against the wall on that. But here's what I would suggest, and this is how I stumbled on this, so I had a customer that somehow their policy got canceled. Okay. Well, it got non-renewed and all of it just slipped my mind. So the guy calls me, Luis, I lost my insurance. I'm like, damn it, I'll help you out, bro. Let me get you set up. Beautiful. And he's like, man, he goes, don't screw up, bro. He goes, man, I don't care what plan you put me on. You pick it. I trust you. But this doctor needs to accept the plan. My wife will kill me if I get into a plan that this doctor doesn't take. I'm like, I got you, bro. I got you. I got the doc's name. I did my homework. I found 3 plans that the network said the doctor was in. I'm like, beautiful. Okay. And I'm like, I'm just going to double check. So I called the doc. Hey, doc, I got John Smith here with me right now. He wasn't with me, but he lost his insurance and I'm going to re-enroll him. My software tells me that you're in network with these three plans. Well, first of all, before I even get to that, I called, don't speak to the front office person. Okay. Speak to the billing department. Speak to the insurance person. Okay. Once you get a hold of that insurance person, hey, Betty, this is Luis. I'm an insurance agent. I got John, our mutual customer, your patient, my insurance customer. I'm going to enroll him in one of these three plans. And I just want to double check. And immediately she goes, nope, this plan and this plan, we don't take anymore. I'm like, well, damn, I didn't know that one, but we do take this one. I'm like, great. I'm going to enroll him in this plan. Done. I was about to hang up the phone. I'm like, hold on, Betty. Hold on. Okay, Betty. All right, now that I know what plan you take, do me what do you do with people that have the wrong plans or they don't have any insurance? And she's like, well, no, nothing we can do for them. I'm like, yeah, there is. You can send them to me. Okay, send them to me and I'll help you with that. And she's like, okay, cool. Yeah, I can do that. I'm like, do me a favor, Betty. Take out your little sticky note and write down my name. Here's my cell. Here's my email. She did it. I'm like, hey, thanks. You just call me whenever you need me. That's my direct number. We're rocking. Okay, got to go by. We hung up. We were over with. About 30 minutes later, I look down at my desk and I'm looking for a sticky. I got 20 of them. I got some hanging on my monitor. I got some on my other monitor. I got some on my desk. I'm like, you know what? If this lady is like me, she's going to lose my name and number. I'm just going to be like, poof, I forgot about that dude. So I'm like, you know what? Here's what I'm going to do. Okay. So I called her back, Betty, hey, what's your email? Okay, great. She gave me her email and I didn't want to ask her for her cell. I got the office. I got her email. I'm like, great. Okay, Betty, perfect. I created a workflow on Agent CRM to contact Betty every 2 weeks. Hey, Betty, this is Luis. Hey, the insurance guy. You got people that need help? Don't forget me. I'm here. Now, I kind of joked around with my deal. On my third visit or my third contact with Betty, I asked Betty out on a date. Okay, literally. Hey, Betty, let's go out on a date. And then I'm like, ha, ha, ha. No, Betty, here's what I'd like to do. I'd like to set up a date to come visit you in person. And when I come, I can bring the office a lunch or breakfast. You tell me, I just want to come in and bring some goodies for you. But more importantly, what I want to do is I want you to put a name to the face, number one. And number two, I'm going to bring you this little rack card. It's like a little card holder with rack cards that are 4 by 11, like a size of a paper, the length of a paper. So I'm going to bring you these along with my business cards so you can hand out. Can I come by and visit you? Who's going to say no to a free lunch? Okay. Hey, I'll bring them a tray of Chick-fil-A, introduce myself to the staff. And all of a sudden now I've become a real person. Now, you guys should be asking me, nobody asked me that, but what if you don't have a mutual customer? Okay. You play the game, guys. Here's the way you play the game. Okay. Don't make up a name, but just say, look, hey, Betty, this is Luis. I'm an insurance agent. I've got my client who wants to become your patient. Okay. They want to come see you. I got these 3 plans, do the same spill. Okay. But instead of saying that you have a mutual customer, you tell them that you're going to send them business. I mean, at that point, you're giving them stuff. You're not asking them for stuff. The barrier should come down. Then you go in for the kill. Hey, Betty, by the way, what do you do with your people that have the wrong plan and they want to stay with you or they don't have insurance? And you do your pitch. What did that cost you guys? Didn't cost you any money. Phone call. Maybe on the 3rd date, it cost you a tray of Chick-fil-A. What do they cost? Like $50, 75, whatever that costs. I mean, it's nothing. You spend $100. All they got to do is send you one head and you're rocking for the entire year. Okay. That's, I was like, God, this is great. And you guys, every single day, you should be doing this. You should find one doctor, start with your immediate radius and start expanding out. Okay. Boom. And it's a write-off. Hell yeah, it's a write-off. So that $100 now you write it off. Beautiful. Okay. Next one. Okay, this is the next video. So if you want to watch my video, go watch it. Great deal. Next video I'm going to share with you. Okay, here is, you know what, Alejandro, you can do the same thing with the pharmacy. Okay, I wouldn't worry about the big change, but I'd go to the mom and pop shops and do the very same thing. Hey, you got any Medicare people, you know, PDPs, MAPDs, you know, maybe they're not in network. You can play the same game with pharmacies. All right, the second a video that I shared with you is networking with financial pros. All right, this just happened to me. Okay, so I was a referral. Hey, I'm going to set you up. I'm like, great. I went over there, and I thought this guy wanted to manage my money. So I walk in and I'm like, all right, what do you want? And this was a mutual friend that had sent me and this financial, and this is an advisory firm, and I'm in there. I'm like, all right, what's going on, guys? How can I help? And immediately there was no conversation about my money or managing my money. The conversation immediately went to, Luis, if we do our job right, we have people that are going to retire early and they're going to need insurance. I'm like, whoa. Also, we have people that are turning 65 that need help with Medicare. We know nothing about what's going on in the health industry. Can you help us? I'm like, give me 1 minute. Immediately, I took my arms, went from like, you know, hey, like my guarded position to like, hey, oh, hell yeah, let's talk. I went to my car. I went to go get my ACA smart book. I went to go get my Medicare smart book. I walked back in and I'm like, all right, guys, sure, I can help you out. What do you have in mind? They're like, well, we host seminars once a month. Retire, you know, what do you do about when you're retired? You know, whatever. I was like, great. Let's, you know, what I can do is I'll sit down in your seminar. I'll talk about Medicare for those that are turning 65. And I brought out my smart book. And I'm like, this is what I'll do. And I showed them the presentation. They're like, beautiful. And what about the ones that are 65? I'm like, what I can do with those is if they're healthy, we can do short-term, or we can do ACA if they're unhealthy and get them in. And they're like, what's ACA? It's Obamacare. Ooh, let me explain it. I did my pitch and they're like, well, it's not as bad as what they thought. So now you can go hit financial pros, go hit your Edward Jones. Those people don't want to deal with insurance. And in fact, I think it's a conflict of interest for these guys, especially if they're an RIA, a registered investment advisor. It's against their code of ethics, whatever, to do anything that's commissionable because they're fee-based. Okay, rocking. Any questions on that? Okay, again, what did that cost you? No money, a little bit of sweat equity, a little bit of phone calling, and you know, you don't have to have a fancy script. Okay, the next one. This one is coming from personal knowledge. All right. God, I cannot read this. All right, let's see, this is it. Nope, wrong one. Sorry, guys, hold on, I'm looking for it. Damn, pictures are too small. Nope. Ha, found it. Here we go. This next one. Oh, and yes, so Alejandro, yeah, put her. I have that workflow. You guys have. If you get Agent CRM, use my link. I'll give you these workflows. Okay, if they're not automatically inputted, because sometimes they don't, just send me an email and then I forward it to support. And I'm like, hey, dump all these workflows into this person's CRM. And I'm going to share. Okay, so the third one is another video that I created. And then here's the referral link for Agent CRM. Okay, this is the third one. Networking with your P&C guy. There we go. Got a little light now. So go network with your P&C dude. I have a P&C agency. Okay. Remember, P&C guys, I'm like the one out of a million, I would say, that does it. But these guys do not like to get out of their lane. They stay here. They offer auto, home, a little bit of life insurance, commercial insurance. That's all they do. And they're pretty damn busy and they don't want to do anything else. So go in there and partner up with them. How do you partner them? Yeah, don't do State Farm. Yeah, those guys, all state, but go hit all your little mom and pop shops and especially farmers agents. Okay, so here's the deal. This is how you would go to a P&C guy. Okay, number one, P&C guys, hey, we're all trying to make money and we're getting squeezed. Okay, we are getting squeezed commission wise and against all the online retailers. I mean, it's a tough business to be in. So you want to go in there and say, look, Mr. P&C owner, here's what I'd like to do. This is my proposal. I don't want you to pay me a dime. I'm not going to cost you any money. I'm like, oh, okay, thank God. You don't want a job. But what I'd like to do is if you're willing to share your clients, I would like to call your book of business from your office or wherever. I wouldn't give you access outside of my office. I'd make you come to my office. Says, I don't, come to my office. I'd like to come to your office, make some phone calls on your behalf. Now, my pitch is going to be a customer service call. Hey, Mr. Whatever. Hey, I'm calling from the Luis Moreno Insurance Agency. Hey, first of all, my name's John, whatever, but Luis asked me to call you. And we notice here that you have your auto insurance with us, your home insurance, whatever. And he just wanted me to tell you, thank you for your business. When was the last time you got a freaking thank you from your P&C agent? Okay, most of us P&C agents have our head buried under sand because rates keep going up and up and up. Okay, so when was the last time you just got a thank you from your P&C guy? I mean, okay. If you did, man, that guy's got his stuff together. All right, so you get the thank you from the P&C guy. All of a sudden, okay, great. So we notice here that you only have this line of business. Did you know that if you combine it with this line of business, you'd get a discount? Would you be interested in a quote? And if they say yes, you know what? I'm going to put this back on Luis's desk and I'm going to ask him to call you. But the other reason I'm calling you is now the Luis Moreno Insurance Agency offers health insurance and or Medicare. And we would love to help you that. Where's your health insurance right now? And you do your pitch. Okay. Now, if you write a piece of policy, pay the agent a referral. Okay. One timer. Okay. The business is yours. Don't get into this crap of I'll pay your renewals. It's never ending. Pay them a one-time commission and they're done. Okay. Secondly, if you uncover any needs from that phone call, you dump them right back into that agent's desk. Okay. Feed the guy. He'll love you. I will tell you, you come to me and you're giving me business, you're dropping, you're doing a customer service call for me and you're dumping leads on my desk. Hey, I just called your client, John. He wants life insurance. Let's go. You're done. I mean, the guy's going to be like, man, I'm not even paying you for this. In fact, you're putting money in my pocket. What P&C guy's not going to want you there? Okay. So how do you knock on that door? How do you handle that? You know what? Start with your P&C guy. Okay, if you've got an online, Geico, whatever, your phone, well, okay, so you're going to start with just knocking on the door. But I would start with your P&C guy, and if everything works with that guy, have that guy refer you out. Okay, I got buddies. I'd go to my buddies and like, you know what? If you guys do a good job, I'm like, and you're helping me, I'm like, well, why wouldn't I want to help you? Okay, I refer you out to my other buddies, and eventually now you got a P&C network of customers that you could work. All right, so those are the three things, guys: financial pros, P&C guys, doctor's offices. Okay, that will cost you nothing but a little bit of work. Every single day when you wake up, you should have you should be calling 3 people. I mean, just do it. Hey, before I start, have my cup of coffee, let's rock and roll. I'm going to call 3 people And then before you end that day, you already have the 3 people. You know, one of the things that I learned is you don't leave today without your plan for tomorrow. You cannot wake up tomorrow and develop your plan. You're going to lose too much time. So don't finish today without a plan for tomorrow. So tonight, I should have a list of my 3 people that I'm going to call for tomorrow morning. Okay. You strike out, no big deal. We got plenty of days in the week left. Okay. And you rock and roll. Shauna, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Hey, all good. So I probably screwed up. I didn't send Shauna the invite. In fact, I text her, Shauna, wake up. Let's go, girl. You're on TV. You're going to be on.
I was in the middle of a Peloton ride. I have my day all booked out and I was in the middle of a Peloton ride. So I hopped off the thing, came down here. So I am ready. I'm excited to be here, but yeah, sorry for the delay.
No worries, no worries. So cool. So guys, so the other way to grow your ACA book of business, and I will tell you this, I don't like promoting stuff that doesn't work. Okay. Everything that I promoted to you guys, I use and I've made money. So me and Shauna hooked up. Hey, Shauna. And what we did is I was running my ads that I learned how to do really on YouTube. I was just doing it on my own and I was kind of happy. I didn't know that I was not happy. I'll put it to you that way. I was paying $15, $20 a lead. And I was okay. At that level, I had to close 1 out of 10. Okay, cool. Shauna looked at my stuff and said, pretty much in nice words, she said I was a little jacked up. She goes, we can fix this and make it a little bit better. I'm like, well, do your thing, girl. You know, rock and roll. She fixed my account. She did some stuff. And then all of a sudden, my lead cost dropped about 75%. I started getting leads for $4 to $7. So instead of lowering my spend, I just started to get more leads. I'm like, beautiful. Okay. And she's like, Luis, you need to set up a calendar so they can set up their own appointments. I'm like, I never thought of that. Then on top of that, I linked up my CRM to this and everything started coming together. Bottom line, what did it do for me? It doubled my average sales during open enrollment. It doubled it. And you're like, okay, well, what does that really mean? Well, instead of writing 500, 600, 700, that's my average, still is a lot. We did almost 1,400. Now, what does that really mean? And I'll tell you what it means. It means about $400,000 a year from 2.5 months of work, guys. Serious money. That's assuming all of those people stay out throughout the year. And we know they're not. But still, 2.5 months work, even if I make half of that, it's beautiful. So I'm like, Shauna, what you did really worked. Hey, here's what we need to do. We need to take this and promote it to our agents because these guys are like me. We're good at one thing, but we're really not good at other things. And we're not, in my opinion, we're not experts on marketing. So I'm like, hey, can you develop a course? She's like, yeah, let's put it together. So with that, Shauna, I'm going to let you take over.
Okay, perfect. Yes, guys. So that's exactly what happened with Luis and I working together. And what I'm going to share with you today is the exact system that we use to generate leads and generate leads that book their own appointment with you on top of that. So as he said, my name is Shauna. I'm the CEO and founder of Social Waves Media. I launched my digital marketing agency in 2017. And in that time period, all I've focused on, my team is focused on, is lead generation through paid social media advertising. And we specialize in Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, now TikTok, and also LinkedIn. And so what I want to share, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you. As Luis said, he and I met, was it last year? It was just last year, that we started working together and developed this system. And we've now been able to share it with other agents who have been able to duplicate the exact same results. So let's talk about how you would generate your own leads. So I know Luis has already been talking to you some about what your options are for lead generation as an insurance agent. You know, it's the fuel to your business. You don't want to run out of fuel. So what are your options? You've got networking. You've got grassroots marketing. Now, the issue with these, while they can be very effective, they're very time intensive, and the actual results from the time, energy, or even money that you put in is pretty unpredictable. Of course, you've got direct mail. You've got online lead vendors. I don't have to tell you the cons of those. Not only are they expensive, they're oftentimes not even exclusive to you. And then I think one of the biggest barriers you run into with these is you don't know how they came in to becoming a lead. Were they offered something free? Were they given something? Did they even understand it was for insurance? So that's the barrier with those guys. Now, I want you to imagine looking at your calendar and seeing it booked out with prospects that have already scheduled their own appointment with you, and they're already interested in what you have to offer. And for me, that is what makes social media lead generation so exciting, because you're able to put the message out there that this is for health insurance, ACA, or maybe if you have another line of business, it's for final expenses, for Medicare. You're able to put the message out there and you're able to attract people that are literally looking for what you have to offer. Now, I just mentioned multiple different social media platforms that I run paid advertising on. Out of all of them, I can tell you as an insurance agent, there is one that is the best for you to be utilizing. And that is Meta, AKA Facebook and Instagram. So a few years ago, Facebook and Instagram merged together. They've rebranded themselves as Meta. What is awesome about that is you get the benefit of both platforms with half the work. They give you very robust tools that even if you are not tech savvy, you are able to have a very professional looking storefront. And on top of that, their advertising targeting is some of the absolute best that's out there. And if you know how to utilize it, it's something that anyone is able to take advantage of. So we're going to be focusing on Meta or Facebook, Instagram advertising. And before I start diving into deeply on this, I always like to share with you something that I do believe is important for you to know. So if you start looking up Meta advertising, you're going to hear about this big disruptor in my world, and it was the iOS 14 update. That happened in September of 2020. All you need to know is that Facebook used to really understand what everyone was doing off of their platform. They knew when you're on my website, what you were clicking on. They know when you're on other people's websites, and they were able to collect data on you that way. When this iOS update happened, they no longer were able to accurately collect data like they were before when you were off the platform. So there's an old strategy that used to be the go-to way that worked with Facebook advertising. Now I'm talking specifically with you guys about lead generation. You can run ads to like an e-commerce site for video views, to a blog post, for traffic, for engagement, and so on. We're talking specifically lead generation. So the old school way, you had to have a website. You had to put a pixel on the website. You had to install standard events and custom conversions. You had to A/B test your landing page. You had to do some different layering and so on. And if that doesn't make sense to you, that's okay, because I have good news. The new strategy due to this update, Facebook now wants to keep the user on the platform. What does that mean? You don't have to have a website, or if you do have a website, it's not as imperative and it's not going to affect your ads as much as it used to in the past. They have a tool that is literally called lead generation ads. And they used to have this prior to 2020. It wasn't the best tool, so I didn't use it, but they've worked really well to make it be the go-to tool because it helps keep the user on the platform. Let me show you what a lead generation ad is. Okay, so we set up the back end, the campaign. So we pick who we're going to show the ad to and when it's going to be in front of them. User sees it on their news feed. They click on it. It opens a form right there on Facebook. They're able to submit it, and now they become a lead. So let me show you what one actually would look like. So this specifically is for the unwinding that's happening with ACA right now. So someone looks at this ad, they could click the see more, keep reading the ad copy, or they could click the learn more button. It's going to pop up a form and it's going to ask for the information that you want to gather. Now, I know some people are like, well, can I get more information than just these three things? You absolutely could. However, the more information you try to take from someone, the higher the cost per lead typically goes, because it's more of a barrier. Like, I don't know you and you want to know all this information about me. The purpose of your ad isn't to make the sale. It's just to get you in the door and get them interested in what you have to offer. So that way you can speak to them and then you can close the sale. So we collect some information. Then there's this one link that you have to be compliant. It's a privacy policy. I show you how to do that without a website in about 3 minutes. And then they're going to see a little thank you page. And now they have become a lead. So this new strategy that I'm talking about is much more streamlined, and it's a lot easier to implement if you know exactly what you're doing. And when you do, getting results like this is very realistic. So these are literal screenshots from the back end of the ads manager and how you view your results and all of the accompanying data. So I've got the number of leads, the results that this campaign produced. I've got the cost per lead that was paid across the board. And then in the far right, you can see the total budget for that campaign. So you can see from $596, a little bit smaller campaign, all the way up to $14,000 just in this small little example. All right, so if you're like, Shauna, I want to get results like that, you have three choices. The first choice is what Luis was saying. You can learn on your own and you can stay up to date on Meta's algorithm changes. The fact is, the information out there of running ads, it's out there on the internet. Like Meta has its own guide you can look through. There are YouTube videos. The problem is how much of that is actually relevant to you as an insurance agent, which steps do you actually need to be following, and which parts do you actually need to be executing. And then on top of that, you do have to stay up to date with what's working and how you set up your campaigns. Number two, you could hire an ads manager. You could hire someone like me and my team to fully run and manage your ads, and then you don't have to worry about it. Now, the average monthly retainer for a experienced ads manager is $2,000 to $3,000 a month. And that's just our monthly retainer. It is not your ad spend on top of that. My agency starts at $2,500 a month. And for a lot of agents, that just doesn't make sense. Or you could spend a little bit of time and money and learn from someone. And that's how I've decided to interact with insurance agents and why I teamed up with Luis to create our course, Insurance Click to Close. I've realized that insurance agents are smart enough to be able to implement this strategy. They just need a little bit of help and guidance. It's very easy to actually set up and manage your own ads if you actually know the important metrics that you need to pay attention to, and you know the back end step by step. So I'm going to show you the exact system of Luis and I kind of coming together, because it's kind of a beautiful thing that I'm not an insurance agent. My whole world is hooking the fish and bringing them in. And then he's, of course, got the expertise of how you can actually move forward with closing them. So in the course, I teach you the back end, how we set everything up. We do have to set up your Meta Business Manager, which we only have to do once. And then I teach you step by step how to build out a campaign based on exactly what your goals are. And campaign's the big word for what we're going to be putting together, who we're going to serve it to, and then the actual ad. We start serving those lead generation ads exactly like I just showed you. So a user is going to click on it, open the form, they're going to submit the form. And then what we have you do on that thank you page is we have you go ahead and prompt them to schedule an appointment with you. So this is what it would look like. They just clicked on that, and then it's like, go ahead and schedule your appointment. They're going to be able to look at Luis's availability, choose a time, and book an appointment. Now, if they don't go ahead and book an appointment on the platform, it's no big deal, because a couple of things happen at once. First, they drop into what's called the Meta Lead Center. And this is a spot that in under 4 minutes, you're able to go in and download all of your leads. It's kind of like a backup of, in case that they get dropped somewhere else, you can always go in and back up your list and get them straight from Facebook. Now, Luis adds his twist on this because he teaches you how to utilize his favorite CRM, which is called Agent CRM. And a CRM, a customer relationship management system, is just a database, which he's probably talked to you some about. It's the database where you keep all of your prospects, your leads, and then you have all of your workflows that you send them through based on the decisions that they make. So it makes you be able to automate the follow-up. So if you don't get to them immediately, it's no big deal. So they drop into that CRM. That CRM gives you an internal notification if you so choose. So you get a text that says you got a new lead, an email. You could even get a phone call that says we can now connect you to the new lead. It's up to you what type of notification you want. And then on top of that, the lead is going to start getting dripped over across multiple days, 10 different text messages and 10 different emails that are prompting them to schedule their own appointment. Now, for some reason, you already have your own CRM that you really enjoy, then Luis gives you the templates to these workflows so you can copy his exact system. But if you do choose to use his CRM, it's really cool because they just magically import everything that he has right into your account. And then you just have to change the information of the agency name to your name. So speaking of the workflows that are inside it, not only does Luis walk you through how to use Agent CRM and how to set things up and connect it, so that way it's very easy for Facebook to drop the leads in there. He gives you a couple of different ACA workflows, and he also gives you multiple different Medicare workflows. And he and I are both always adding to the course. So that's what's in there right now. But of course, this is always open to grow. All right. So like I mentioned, they're all customizable. So that way it is your information that they're seeing. So I'm not going to talk too much about what's inside the course because you guys are going to get the course information page. And when you go to it, you're going to be able to read what other agents say, see real results, and see all the details. But I do want to point out to you that my favorite part, one of my favorite, I've got two favorite parts in this course probably, is that I have an entire section that speaks about insurance specific strategies. And I break down how you need to structure your campaigns based on your goal. Are you running ACA to one state? Here's how you do it. ACA to multiple states? Here's how you do it. What if you're running ACA and Medicare to multiple states, or ACA, Medicare, and final expense to multiple states? What if you want to target T65 category? What if you want to target based on income? I include all of those things in there so that way you can get really specific. The other thing that's my favorite part is I love the data. There's 350 different metrics in the ads manager, but I tell you the exact 14 you need to pay attention to, and that's going to tell you how to make optimizations. Is this number low? It's your ad creative. Is this number low? It's your form conversion rate. Here's what you need to do. Is this number high? It's because Facebook's charging you too much for this audience. And I break it down step by step. All right, so let's talk about the actual investment for this course. So we have this course valued over $10,000, and I do believe that it's actually worth it because you become fully self-sufficient after moving through the course. Your other option, of course, is hiring someone to run your ads, which is going to run about $30,000 a year. Doesn't make sense for a lot of agents. This course, the investment is $1,497. And once you do, this is also tax deductible, so don't forget about that. You get lifetime access. So even if the investment price goes up, when I'm adding updates, when Luis is adding updates, you have lifetime access. So you can move through this course at your own pace, and you can always go back to it and refer to things. Now, I do want to share with you, some agents ask, what if I want hands-on help, Shauna? Like, will you help me? What if I have a question or I run into something specific? I do have a membership that is called the Agents Inner Circle. And in this membership group, it's a private Facebook group where you're able to ask myself and 2 team members a question at any time. We do respond via video if that makes more sense, or we'll type out our answer. We also have 3 live meetings a month. 2 are Q&As where you can hop in and just say, I'm having problems. We'll take control of your account, look at things, give you optimization recommendations. And the third one is an advanced agent workshop where I do continuing education on different ways you can utilize digital marketing. It's $109 a month, but when you first enroll, you're going to get a one-time invite for only $59 a month. So even if you don't use it all the time, having myself and my team kind of on retainer at your beck and call to answer your questions, it seems to be worth it for a lot of agents, and they're getting a lot of success. So here's what you can do. If you want to check out this course and you want to see all of the information that's on it, Luis will probably be popping the link in the chat. You can grab that, or of course you can use this QR code. It's going to take you to the same page. You can copy and paste that and save it for a later time so you can really look at it. They're going to see the information page. I do have a video at the top that answers the most frequently asked questions. I've got another frequently asked questions section at the very bottom of it. It's got a lot of information, testimonials, results, all of those types of things. If you're like, yes, this is the course for me, you're going to click on that Enroll Now button. It's going to take you to a secure checkout page. Once you fill that out, you're in the course and you can get started working on getting results like this. All right, guys, so that is the nuts and bolts of what's inside the course. So now I'm more than happy to take any questions that you have, whether it's about the course or if you want to ask Luis anything or just anything in general about paid social media advertising.
So we've got about 15 minutes, guys. So unmute yourself or type your question. It's a good time to hit her up.
Let's see. Someone said, who designs your ads? Okay, so if you're for Luis, I've designed a few of them. He's designed some of them. He's got assistants that have designed some of them. In the actual course, we teach you how to create your own ads. Something that I hate the misconception that there's this one magical ad that works for everyone, because that's not true. We want our agents to have custom ads that are true to who you are and what you have to offer. We're not for, there's this one magical ad, because it doesn't exist. And we also do not believe in any type of bait and switch. I would rather you spend a little bit more money for a qualified lead and get someone that literally knows this is for health insurance. I want to get the best quote that's going to be the most cost effective, that's going to protect myself and my family. I want that lead. I don't want a lead that's interested in how I can maybe get a $500 gift card from Visa if I do these couple of things. So we're very much about how you can set up your own customized ad, and we teach you how to do that in the course step by step.
And just to also iterate, how do you create the ads? So, I'm not a marketing guy, but we use Canva. And what I do is, once you go to your Facebook, guys, and you do a little search for a topic, and I actually think it's also listening to you, all of a sudden you're going to start having feeds of, or ads pop up on your feeds. Look at what other people are doing. And Shauna uses I like her term, use it to create some inspiration for yourself. So you see an ad, I'm like, ooh, that looks pretty cool. Take a snapshot of it, and then go try to duplicate something like that. Make your own. And so that's what we did, guys. And also, Shauna, they can go to the Facebook library and they can search other ads out there. She teaches you how to do that, and you can see what everybody else is doing, and then kind of use it as inspiration to build your own ads. Canva is so easy. I mean, it takes a little bit of a play with it, and eventually you're like, oh, this is cool. It's not like Photoshop, guys.
No, it's a drag and drop. It's a free tool. And we actually have, I'm not advertising it right now, but we have a bonus module in there that literally shows you, it's Luis, that shows you how to use Canva, which it's a free drag and drop type of tool that you sign up for. And they not only give you templates, but it's a very easy thing to use, and you can use it for free.
So guys, unmute yourself.
Did you put your link in there, Luis? Oh yeah, there it is. It's up there. It's just so people can grab it and copy it.
Hey, Shauna, this is Mike. I have a question. So I'm actually enrolled in the program, and it's actually been working well in terms of generating leads. For me, it's been, I think, 2-3 weeks, and I have made some sales. My cost per lead has gone up. So now it's at like $23 per lead. Do you think that's something where I need to maybe get some extra help, or is that something I could possibly troubleshoot by going through the curriculum that you set up?
You could. I mean, you could also do a one-time ad audit with me, but what's really impactful inside the course is I teach you how to customize the columns. When you're looking at results, people think I only need to look at my cost per lead.
Mhm.
And that's not the exact number you need to just be looking at. Of course, that's an important number, but I want you to look at your link click-through rate. Is it under 1%? That means that we need to change your creative. I want to take the number of leads that you have divided by the number of link clicks that you've gotten, and that's our form conversion page. And if that is under 20%, then I want us to really look at the messaging. Does the person understand that they're going to be clicking on it and it's going to be a form? And then the last thing I would really look at your ads is your CPM. I'd want to know what they're charging you. Your CPM is like, Facebook's like, here's how much a bundle of apples is today. It's $5 today. It's $15 tomorrow. I'd be like, $15, that's really high. Maybe we don't need apples. Maybe we need to tweak this targeting, so that way we're not getting charged so much. So those are the metrics that I would say that are going to tell you why your cost per lead is what it is. And maybe after looking at those metrics, you're like, it's fine, I'll accept the $23. I like my leads. These numbers look good. I'm going to keep it. Or maybe you go, that's where the hole is. Here's what I'm going to do is change.
Got it. Thank you.
Welcome.
Okay, Shauna, one question here, and this was sent to me on a private, and I think, can somebody use Corel Draw? And I don't think it matters what you use because ultimately you're just creating a JPEG.
Yes, you can use anything. I give the recommendation of 1200 by 1200 for the size because a square plays nicely on Instagram and Facebook. And I'd rather you just create one ad. Well, it's not one ad, but one image that works on both. Another mistake that, let's see, who was I talking to? Was I talking to Mike? If you only have one ad creative in your campaign, that's going to drive your cost per lead up instantly. A big mistake a lot of agencies make that don't understand how the algorithm works is you have your campaign, your ad set, and one ad. They don't like when you have just one ad creative. You need to have, I teach 4 and 4, so at least 4 images and 4 ad copy to start, but you need to have at least 2 options of ad copy and 2 options of images to start to bring your CPM down. So that might have been a little extra information, but that's what I do when I start talking about ads.
No, it's cool, cool. We got a question asking here, would you suggest to get ads ready before we get into the course?
No, I literally walk you through it. I'm like, okay, now's the part where we're going to make our ad. And I even talk about like pause. I feel like it is more productive to write out your ad on like a Pages or a Word document and then paste it into the ads manager. I don't think the ads manager is the best for being creative. So I even say that in the course, like, here's how I do it. I have it here. Now go finish creating your ad, and then we're going to do it together. And you also want the information that I give on how to write copy, and all of my copy recommendations. I give examples. It's all an ACA example and then a Medicare example.
Cool. All right. Now from another agent, I've heard that you need to slowly ramp up on the campaign. You know, you can't just go from $10 a day to automatic to 50 or $100 a day. What's your thought on that?
Yes. So you actually do want to slowly increase the ad spend. And I do have the strategy in there for that. That would be scaling. You would be scaling vertically. I also teach how to scale horizontally where you're getting more people, but vertically for the actual ad that the actual budget. So I would say you want to move it up like maybe 10 to 20% a day is what you could do, and let it sit then for 2 to 3 days and then move it up. You can just plop it in, but it's going to instantly bring your cost per lead up. So it's better to kind of slowly scale it up.
Perfect. You know, guys, one thing that I will share with you is it is a cost. You know, it's one easy. It's a write-off for you also. But all you really need, I mean, if you start doing ROI, I ROI everything. If I want to buy this, okay, what do I got to do to make up for it? Okay. And I at worst want to break even at worst. Okay. So you're looking at writing a couple of heads to pay for this course. And then after that, you know, Shauna, we're just not focusing on ACA. Once you know how to create ads and have that knowledge, you can run ads for Medicare. You can run ads for dental and vision. You can run ads for this Medicaid and chip unwinding. You can run ads for final expense, mortgage protection. You pick it. You want to run ads because you're selling widgets. You know, it doesn't matter. You're going to have the foundation. And then all you do is you just go I guess they would create a new campaign and new target market and new ad copy, right, Shauna?
Yes. So the only thing that really changes is the targeting and then the messaging. And then in the course, I teach you how to set up your campaign so you're not accidentally competing against yourself. Because if you did say, I'm going to run ACA, Texas in one campaign, and then I'm going to do final expense Texas in one campaign, you're now basically competing with yourself for leads. So I teach you how you could actually put that in one campaign, 2 different ad sets, and you could still specifically run for final expense and run for ACA to Texas, but you're going to be doing it in a way that makes Facebook work for you instead of how you can actually compete against yourself in the same account.
Beautiful, beautiful. Next question. For agents that are running Facebook ads for ACA, can you talk about actual results in terms of lead gen? And then I could talk about the conversion. Ooh, go ahead.
Yeah, so I think so we shared some of the numbers that we're getting for ACA. So out of those, I guess a question a lot of people have for you, Luis, is what's the how are they converting afterwards? Now, I do want to share this. Part of running ads for social media, you're going to get crap leads, or you're going to get leads that come in and then they're like, never mind, I don't want to schedule an appointment. My recommendation with those is they go into a bucket in your CRM and you hit them like once a month with an email, or as ACA open enrollment's coming up, you're like, hey, this is happening. You give them a little news. Maybe they have to warm up to you and you have to earn their trust a little bit. But so they're not going to all automatically schedule that appointment. That's an unrealistic expectation.
Correct. And some of them are junk guys. They set up appointments and we call, they're not there. But then what I do is I just put them in my CRM. They're already in my CRM. We just pound them for the next 2 weeks. We're pounding the hell out of them until they say stop. Now they type in stop, the CRM automatically takes them off any campaigns they are on and puts them on a do not disturb. So they have a way out. Okay. But as far as conversions, one of the things that has helped me with conversions is the fact that I use the CRM. I get the lead instantly, guys. I'm talking within the minute that the lead has been generated. Okay, I get a text message, I get an email. Okay, I even get a phone call, and there's a whisper message. Luis, you got a Facebook lead. Do you want to talk to them? And then I'm like, nah, I don't want to talk to them. I just hang up. No big deal. Okay, as soon as that happens, what's happening is now they're put into a workflow where they're going to get a series of text messages and emails throughout the next couple of weeks. Now, here's what I like about my messages that are going to these insureds. Okay, I'm preparing them. I don't have time. Time is a luxury I don't have. I am too damn busy. So I'm preparing them for my phone call. Hey, John, this is Luis. Hey, you were on Facebook and you requested information on health insurance. I'm going to be calling you, buddy. Okay. And you better be ready when I call you. Okay. That's pretty much the message that I'm sending in nice words. When I call you, you need to have this data ready for me. I'm going to need it. So when I call them, they're like, why do you need all this? No. They already know. They know that I need names, date of births. I don't ask for socials yet. A lot of people, they're going to get turned off by that. I need to earn their trust before I go to the socials. Okay, so I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna need household income. I'm gonna need your doctors and your meds. Get all that ready so you don't waste my time and I don't waste yours. So when I call, hey John, this is Luis. Hey, let's how can I help you? What do you want on your health insurance? Well, this is what I'm looking for. Great. All right, give me everybody's date of birth. Give me everybody's what's your household income? And I need your meds. I go to work at that point. That's what has helped increase my conversions. It's the fact that all that is happening. There are some times when these people just aren't ready to take a phone call. They may be at work and they can take a phone call. They're sneaking on their computer, they're on Facebook and they clicked on it and you can't talk to them, but they're getting messaging from you via email and text messages. So the conversion rate for me has gone up quite a bit. Now, I don't track, I'm not a good numbers guy. All that I know is results. I sold 600 and 700 last open enrollment. And then this current open enrollment that we had for 2023, we were a little under 1,400. I doubled my sales. That right there is that's all the numbers that I really need.
And he did not double his ad spend. He's stuck at $50 a day from the beginning. He had no interest in raising it to bring in more. So it's kind of a nice baseline comparison that you were doing 50 a day then, and you've continued to do 50 a day.
Yep. I just got more leads because they were cheaper. And I was just cracking the whip on guys. Hey, did you all call? Like, we didn't have time. I'm like, really, dude? You're costing me money. Yeah, it was me, one guy, one full-timer, and a part-timer. So that's how we were able to write that many. But great question, Ryan. I like that question. Shauna, so with Facebook ads, can someone effectively target prospects that qualify for special enrollments like low income, Medicaid unwinding? Can they do some targeting with ads?
So you can't target low income, but you can exclude higher income. So you could make the decision. I have in there, since they won't let you say, I just want under a certain income, they do have some above average, and it's more like based on this zip code has this above average income. There's some little tips and tricks that I share in there. This isn't necessarily worth it, but I'm just sharing with you what you could potentially do. You could exclude people that have an interest in it's certain luxury items, and I have a list of items that typically will help eliminate that demographic that you're going to be showing ads to on Facebook. And this kind of goes into Mike's question about the targeting. Broader targeting is now more of where Facebook is at. It used to be so niche down. So now whenever you're first running ads, especially as a new account, it takes a while. You're paying for data in the beginning, and you're paying for the Facebook algorithm to get to know your account, because it truly does start to optimize and get to know who you're actually getting. And another advanced strategy is as you're getting leads. So now we've gotten leads. After you get a certain number of leads, we can take the leads and create what's called a lookalike audience. A lookalike audience is, I want people that look like these people. And now we're running ads to a lookalike audience. Obviously, you can't start doing that because your account has 0 right now, but that's something you can work towards getting to then just continuously optimize your account. So I would say you want to put in your ideal targeting, and then I do normally click the button that says that you could reach beyond when you're a new account, and it's your messaging that needs to really like get to the point of the pain point that you're solving. Signing up for health insurance doesn't have to be confusing. In fact, I can help you in just 15 minutes. I specialize in helping families find the absolute best coverage for the lowest possible cost per month. Set up your free 15-minute appointment, and we'll be able to customize something based on your needs. And then your whole messaging is, I'm very excited. I'm going to help you work through this. There's a whole bunch of barriers. My services are no cost to you, but I'm going to help you get the absolute best plan. And then they're going to trust you moving forward.
So I'm going to share with you, I've created a folder on my drive. And if you look at this folder, guys, these are pictures of ads that have popped up on my feed. Look at this, guys. I mean, I just, again, they're my inspiration. I even got my own ads popping on my own feeds. Shauna, you can't prevent that?
I mean, you've probably clicked on it and showed that you're interested in it. So now it's going to retarget you. But if you completed it, it would be eliminated. Or if if you actually completed it. So
I like when they pop up, because I look at the comments down here. And so I click on the comments and I'm like, oh, somebody commented. So I go in there and delete the bad comments. And then the ones that like, I'm interested, we'll call them up and we're like, hey, we'll DM them. But look, here's my ad. I think, Mike, you asked about income. Well, this is about, I think, as is targeting for income you can put. So we put on there, hey, if you're a family of 4 making this kind of income, click here. So we put it into the ad. So this Simply Health is my insurance agency. So, that's one of my ads. Here is another one. I think this one is mine. Yep, this is another one of my ads that's out there that's running. I think I've got another one. I've got 4 of them. But, I don't copy these, but I kind of look at them as inspiration. I could do one of these. This is from another guy. He put this. I don't know if it's working. I kind of like the colors. They stand out. So you start, and the way I did this, guys, and I think this is my ad. Let's see here. Nope, this is another one. But what you can do, guys, is as your feeds are come up, take pictures of it and then drag them to your drive on your phone. That's how I was able to put all these pictures in here. So when I'm ready to go create an ad, hey, let's rock and roll. I've got some inspiration here so that I can go and create my ad. So it just takes a little time, to just sit on your phone and play with it. Yeah.
And one question I have gotten from many agents is, I'm not active on Facebook. Is this going to be a part of my personal, like on your personal page and so forth? Will people see it? Your personal page is not, you do have to have a personal page, but you don't have to be active on it, use it, or anything like that. Your personal page lets you as the person into the business tools that you're going to be using, but your business page, your ads, all of this stuff is completely separate from your personal page, and you never have to have them interact with each other.
So they asked a question, what is a feed? So I'm going to share, I'm in my Facebook right now, and my feed where things pop up. Okay. You're scrolling through here, you go up and down. So I love photography. And so I get a lot of photography stuff on here. Here's a picture, it's just stuff that randomly pops up because it's listening to you, or it is, you've done a search for something, and then all of a sudden you're going to get feeds. A feed is also, you'll get people that are your friends stuff that they post will pop up on your feed, right? Shauna, am I right on that?
Mhm. Yeah, that's just what the placement is called right there on Facebook and
Okay,
Instagram.
so that's what a feed is. Okay, so pretty cool, guys. Any other questions for Shauna? I know she's got a busy day. Anything else? So here's the deal, guys. You know, if you're sitting there and you're thinking, hey, I got to grow my ACA book, there's no time like now. We've got 3 years of what the Biden administration has given us for ACA. Okay, not a political comment there, but they've made it super easy for us to write business. Okay, we can write we have the low income SEP. We can use that all year long, guys. Okay, I get agents that say, well, I'm going to wait till open enrollment. Do it now. Okay, we have low income SEP. So if they meet the parameters of income, they get a special election to enroll. The second thing, this is kind of gaming the system, but the system was designed to get gamed. Okay, I mean, obviously, when we had the Trump administration, what happened? There was a document proof that you needed to submit if you indicated loss of coverage. Okay, well, every time you did that, you had to go get a letter of credible coverage, just the way it was. Well, now Biden took that away. Why do you think he took that away? When you read between the lines, he took it away for one reason, so you wouldn't have to submit it. So I'm gaming the system. We're writing a ton of people every day, and we just put loss of coverage. Now, I will caution you with this. That's what I do. You guys do what you want to do. And I always tell you, if you're going to do that, don't lie. Get your clients to lie. Okay. Coach them. Hey, Mr. Client, your income doesn't qualify for you for this because you make too much money. But if you tell me that you lost coverage in the last 60 days, I can get you in. And they're like, what? Like, yeah, just send me a text or an email. Just put on there, I lost coverage April the 1st. I'm like, oh, okay. They send me an email or text. I'm like, beautiful, got it. You're in. They're like, that's it. Like, that's it. It's that simple, guys. So we're literally in a kind of a pseudo open enrollment right now. So take advantage of the opportunity to write a ton of business right now. And then you're going to have your ads already working. You're going to understand the system. You know, you're going to be well tuned so that when open enrollment hits, you can blow it out of the water, guys. Okay. All right. We'll make this the final question, Shauna. It's coming from Mike. How do I get the coaching for $59 a month?
So that is after you enroll in the course, you will be invited on the next page for a one-time offer of $59 a month to join the inner circle. And then as long as you're in there, that's what the rate stays. If you join from just the main page, it's going to be $109. And right now we don't have anyone in the group that's not moved through insurance click to close. So I think we're kind of keeping it as that. If you want a one-on-one call with me, I'm $355 an hour. So that's why the inner circle makes sense for a lot of people to get access to be able to ask myself and my head eds coach anything.
Cool. All right, guys. Thank you for being on today's call. Shauna, thank you for last minute. I probably screwed up and didn't send you the link. I got so many things I'm running around, but thank you for making the last minute adjustment and joining us today. Guys, next Wednesday, we recycle the class and we will start with class 1 again. So come join us. And again, thank you, Shauna, and thank you all for being on today's call.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.